Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free. I am my heart's only owner, or at least I used to be. 'Cause now a wildfire is raging deep inside, and my heartstrings are pulling like the tide. Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living.
And I'm Marie.
And we want to welcome everyone to our Sunday chat. Today is Sunday chat for April the 27th of 2025. Last week was Easter Sunday, and so this is the first week after Easter Sunday. Marie, we don't have a whole lot to talk about today, but we will talk about why we hadn't had any videos lately in just a few minutes. But first thing is I'll let you go ahead and do the devotion today, and it's on Matthew 6:1. And it's entitled, Honest Kindnesses.
Okay, it says, be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. And like Kevin said, that was Matthew 6:1. And then at the bottom, it's James 4:6. He says, He gives us more grace. That is why Scripture says, God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. So, in other words, when you do anything for the Lord, don't boast about it. Or when you do anything for anybody, don't boast about it, or you'll lose your, it says right here, to be humble and not to be proud. Okay, so now then I'm going to read the devotion. It says, hey, look at me. I'm doing nice stuff for people. You may know women who seem to broadcast their good deeds. You get the feeling that they wouldn't do them if no one was watching. And that right there is a wrong motive for serving the Lord. If you want to do something, do it from your heart instead of boasting about it. It says, Jesus warned against doing good things only for show. Don't do good things just so people will see you and think you are a wonderful person. You know that it doesn't matter what other people think. It only matters what Jesus thinks. And, hey, look at me, acts. Don't fool him. He looks at your heart to see whether or not you are truly compassionate and kind to others. Don't be showy, be honest. Yeah, so if you do anything for God, don't be showy, because He won't see your good works. He'll say that you're not humble but proud, so we don't want to do that, do we?
No. And that's a lesson that you have taught me many times. Marie constantly reminds me, because I'm a big talker, and I have a tendency sometimes to say things that I shouldn't say. And she'll say, Calvin, remember, we don't need to talk about that. But thank you, Marie.
Okay, we got a few cards this week. And so this one right here is just beautiful. And this right here is a bookmark. And I love collecting bookmarks. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm going to read the outside. It says, Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. And that's true. There's a lot of people out there preaching other ways to the Father, but there's only one way, and that's through Christ. And this looks like a Kincaid. What is his name, that artist, Kincaid?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't remember his first name. But anyway, that looks like his painting work.
Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah. Why is it when you get on camera, you just go, your mind goes to a blank? Okay, and it says in here, I'm not going to read all it. It says, He is risen. God bless you both now and always. And I won't say her last name.
Okay.
And she's from Austin, Texas. Thank you so much.
It's a beautiful card.
It is. I'm going to take that out and
Save that, yeah.
yeah.
We got several cards for Easter that came just a day or day or two after Easter. But where we live, our mail is always slow, and so we're always getting things late.
Okay, and this card is beautiful too. It says, "Rejoice, He is risen." And then this right here is from Jen.
Yeah, Jean.
Jean, okay. And it says, when the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, surely he was the Son of God. Thank God for sending his only Son to be with us, to teach us and to take our place on the cross. And this right here is a real pretty little card too. It's got more on the back, but I won't read it all. And then look at this picture of Christ. It's just beautiful. So thank you very much, Jean. And she is from Kernsville, North Carolina. We have a lot of people that watches us all over the world, really. And so we thank you so much for that card.
This lady here, Jean, she has sent us a lot of cards. We get cards from her all the time. We appreciate it very much.
We do. And this is really
That's cute.
It says, thinking of you at Easter. And this is from Dee. And then it says, she wishes us a very nice Easter. And she said she enjoys our channel. And look at this. It's so cute. It's a bunny. I love bunnies. And then she is from, is that Nitro, West Virginia?
Yeah, West Virginia.
Okay.
Calvin,
you make out other people's names better than I do.
we occasionally have, we've got some little rabbits that live out in the woods, and they'll come up in the yard a lot of times early in the morning, and we can see them.
And we have a neighbor up the street. She has this bunny. It's about this big. It's white and gray. And it got out one time, and we looked up there and we seen it. It was so cute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this one says, thinking of you at Easter. And that's a real pretty bouquet of flowers. Her name is Shane and...
Sharon and Charlie.
Oh, yeah, Sharon. That's... Sharon and Charlie.
Yeah.
And she says the hope you have, she says she hopes that we have a beautiful, joyous Easter celebration. And we did. We did.
And she is from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that watch us from Tennessee too.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Yeah. Okay, and this is a happy Easter and happy spring card. It looks like it's done with watercolors. And she wrote us a long note over here. And she says that, I guess that's her nephew.
Her nephew.
Watches us and he really enjoys it. And this is from Ashley and Mason.
Yeah.
And it looks like Mason wrote me having a little heart up here with love on it, and that is precious to us, isn't it?
It really is.
And this is the watercolor painting.
So we'll say, hey, Mason, thanks for watching us.
Okay. And then this right here is from the same person. And this right here is for Avery and Addison.
And so we'll give that to them. We seen them the other day, but we didn't realize that this card was in the package. And so we'll give it to them next time we see them.
And you can tell where she's from.
She's from Tyrone, Pennsylvania. So
I thought that was what it was, but I wasn't sure.
yeah, so thank you very much, Ashley and Mason both. Okay, and we want to remind everybody to be sure and pray for everyone in the Purple Prayer Book.
Yes.
There's so many people suffering in there, and it really gets close to us, and we really do appreciate you praying for them.
Yes.
Okay, Marie.
And we also appreciate you praying for the little boy in our community that lost his life last week.
Yeah.
He was 11 years old. And also we thank everyone for praying for the missionary, Pastor Sullivan.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah. And also we just praise the Lord for a good report on his release. Okay, Kelly.
Absolutely. Amen. Yes. Okay. Last week we were showing several things that were sent to us, packages, and one of the packages had 2 hand towels and 2 containers of hand soap. And I had said that they were from Laura, but I had made a mistake, and they were actually from Keena, Keena, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Keena. And so anyway, I'm sorry for the mistake. We certainly do appreciate them, and we absolutely love them, but we hadn't had a chance to use them yet because we've been sick. And so we'll talk about that in just a minute. But thank you, and like I said, I'm sorry I made a mistake on the name. My brother Gerald, that's in the nursing home, he's doing real good. I've only got to see him one time this last week, but he's doing real good. Okay. And my sister, she goes and sees him about every other day. And so I talked to her late last night, and she said he was really doing good. And I'm going to tell this little story because I think it's a sweet story. Okay? My brother Gerald, he told my sister this yesterday. And when she went in, he was asleep, and he had just woke up as she was coming in. And he made a statement about something. He wasn't sure if he was dreaming or what, but he told her, he said, Janet said, they're going to be coming to get me at 3 o'clock today. Said, I'm getting married this evening. And now my brother Gerald has never been married, okay? But Janet told him, said, who you marrying? And so he called the girl's name, and it's a girl that he had known way back when he was probably 30 to 40 years old, somewhere in that time frame. But he was thoroughly convinced that he was going to marry her at 3 o'clock this evening, and that they was going to come get him and get him dressed up and get him ready to be married. And me and my sister both just talked about it, and we think that he probably was dreaming about it when he woke up, but because of his dementia, we didn't try to convince him any other way. We just told him that, okay, that'd be good. And so, but he's so precious.
And his sister looked up at the clock, and it was 4 o'clock, and she was thinking, well, they're already an hour late, but she didn't tell him that. So he thought he was getting married at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting little story. Yeah. Sometimes please understand, I'm not making fun of my brother Gerald. I could tell him this story, and he would probably just start laughing at me and cackling because he would just love it, wouldn't he? But I love my brother dearly. Yeah. But I felt like it would be worth sharing with you. Okay, we Marie and I have not made any new videos for 2 weeks now, and we've not been feeling good. But we had one other little incident. We've been going out and picking up food to eat so that we don't have to cook. But one particular day, Marie and I both, neither one felt like making the trip to town just to pick up something to eat. So I decided to use DoorDash. And I don't know how many of you have ever used DoorDash, but we've used it a few times. And we got started on it. Our son gave us a gift card for DoorDash. And we used it 2 times and liked it, so we used it 2 or 3 more times after that. Yeah. But it's been probably almost a year since last time we used it. But we used it last week. We had ordered our food from Piccadilly, which is one of our favorite restaurants. And so the driver shows up And I went to the front door to meet them at the door. And as she pulled into the driveway and she got out, first thing she did, she hollered a real friendly, "Hello, hey." And so, and then she said, "I watch you and your wife on YouTube." So that was a surprise to us. And so she brought her food up there to us, and she was very nice, very friendly, and her name is Sherry. And Sherry, if you're watching, we enjoyed the food, and we appreciate you being so quick at getting it to us. We thought it was going to take probably about 10 minutes longer than what it did, but you got here very quick, and it was nice and hot, and we enjoyed it. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about us not feeling good, and Marie, do you want to tell what you think was wrong with us, or you want me to talk about it?
I guess we both can talk about it.
Okay. Well, I'll get it started then, okay? But 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were both sick for about probably 4 or 5 days at least. And we never did go to the doctor. You know, we just felt terrible, had sore throats and all the symptoms.
We usually don't like going to the doctor. We just go for our wellness checks. But when we need when we need to go to the doctor, we will.
Right.
But
well, anyway, we made it through several days, and we finally started feeling better. But Marie noticed that she was having a problem with tasting food. Nothing seemed to taste good to her. And mine was a little bit off, but it wasn't as bad as hers. But we sort of come to the conclusion that we probably had COVID was what caused us to be sick that week. And there was a lot of people in our neighborhood or in our town that has had the COVID, but as far as we know, none of our relatives had it. So we don't know who we could have caught it from, but we was gone to several stores. We had went to the nursing home. We had been up to the hospital. We'd been several different places, so we could have picked it up anywhere. And it was going around. Quite a few people told me that lived in Rome that they did have COVID. So we're thinking that might be what happened. We had it a couple of years ago. Definitely, we know we had it, then we were tested for it. But anyway, whatever it was we had, after we got to feeling better, we were just so tired and exhausted that we would get up and just do 5 or 10 minutes worth of anything and be tired and exhausted and have to sit back down. Yeah. And we could just barely walk through the house a couple of times, and that was it. I had to rest. Yeah. And so we just didn't get any videos done. And I did post on our community page that we were exhausted and tired and we weren't able to do any videos. And I just want to thank everybody because y'all were just so nice. Everybody said, rest, relax, take care of yourself, don't worry about it. We'll be here when you feel like making new videos. And so now that was not this past week, but that was the week before. And so I just appreciate that so much. And we thought for sure we was going to make some videos this week. But when Monday come around, I just still wasn't up to it. Marie wasn't up to it. So I told Marie, let's just continue to try to get better. When we get better, we'll do something. Yesterday, now I've been feeling good for maybe 4 days or 5. But yesterday was the first day that Marie really started to feel better. And so she told me yesterday evening, she said, Calvin, I think I'll be able to do our Sunday chat tomorrow because I am starting to feel better. Yeah. And so she got up this morning. She was a little bit on the tired side, but I can understand why, because you had a hard time sleeping last night. Yeah. But how do you feel right this minute?
Well, I got a little rest earlier this morning, but actually I stayed awake. I didn't even go to sleep yesterday, but I did get some rest right before we did this, right before the chat.
Before we started.
And so I feel a lot better, but I'm still tired. But I guess it's just going to take a while, but I can't wait to get back in the kitchen and do some cooking.
I remember when we did have COVID, it was in 2022 that we had COVID. and because we caught it right after Thanksgiving.
But I don't remember being this tired.
I do. I remember we were real tired for seemed like a long time, but I don't know that we was this tired. but anyway, so we're working on recovering and getting better. We definitely have got to either place a call-in order for a grocery pickup, or we've got to make a trip to Walmart and Sam's. But if you feel like it on Monday or Tuesday morning, we'll make a trip to Sam's and we'll record it and make a video out of it. If you don't feel like it, then I'll make the trip and I'll do all the recording and everything. Yeah. Well, so it just depends on how Marie feels on Monday morning.
As long as my blood pressure is not real low, I can get up and feel like doing anything. But when my bottom number is in the 50s and my top number's in the low 100s, it's really hard. But as soon as my blood pressure levels out and gets back at the right number for me, I am ready to go. I love getting out and doing stuff, and I do not like sitting around and just not feeling like doing anything.
In this beautiful spring weather, it really makes me want to just get out and do stuff. But I've tried it, and I can't do it just a little bit. Yeah. But now, if we do go Monday, Marie, if we could go early, we may be able to get one of those electric carts. If we could do that, that would help you. But I don't know that you'd have the energy to walk through that whole store out there at Sam's if you don't get one of the carts.
Yeah, I don't know either, but
unless you improve a lot between today and Monday morning. Yeah.
Well, I have improved, but I'm still tired.
Yeah, we'll see how she feels.
Yeah.
And have any of y'all had COVID recently? I know that
they have, because they're in the prayer book.
In the prayer book, some of them are. But a lot of people may have it and hadn't said anything about it. But when you make your comments, comment if you've had COVID recently. One person I remember said their whole family had COVID, and but see, it was strange to us because me and Marie, some of the other family members were sick, but none of them said they thought they had COVID. But I feel pretty sure that's what we had this time. And as we was getting over it, the pollen was so bad, I thought it was just the pollen making us be tired. But even after all this rain, the pollen's washed away and we're still experiencing it. So it's got to be that.
Yeah.
But we're going to go this afternoon. We're not even going to cook a meal here at home, but we're going to go pick up. You and I talked about it, and I think we decided we was going to go to Captain D's and get a plate of fish, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so that'll be our evening meal for today. This last week, we only had 3 videos. The first one that I posted was last Sunday, was our Easter Sunday video. Now, on that video, I don't know if we talked much about Marie being real tired or anything, but if you watched it close, you noticed she was thoroughly wore out, exhausted. She just barely made through the recording, didn't you? And I was about the same way.
A lot of the videos like that, I'll be like that, and I try not to do it when I am like that, because I don't make a good video when I'm like that. But anyway, I am getting better, and I'm so happy about it.
That's what makes a difference, yeah. When we do a cooking video usually takes us at least 2 hours to set everything up and get it ready to actually do it. And then on some of them, it'll take between 2 to 4 hours, depending on exactly what you're cooking. But a lot of times you'll notice toward the end of the video, Marie is starting to get real tired. And she'll do the taste test, and she'll say, okay, and she'll close it out real quick because she's ready to go sit down. And so hope y'all understand that. Okay, so then the next video that we posted last week, I don't remember what day it was, but it was a throwback video with the fried cabbage, potatoes, and bacon. And that was one that Marie made, the coconut cake that you made in remembrance of your mother.
Yeah.
And last week was also Marie's mother's birthday. And so...
earthly birthday.
Yeah, her earthly. And she would have been 92 years old
Yeah.
if she was still living right now. She'd be 92.
Yeah. I guess there's no such time as, where she's at now, so they probably don't celebrate birthdays.
No, she's just got a young body. And the next video we put out was another throwback video, and that was the Texas sheet cake cookies. And I think you made those about 2 years ago, and those were so good. I remember those well.
Yeah. I've made a key lime pie, copycat, what's the name of that store that sells
Crumbles.
cookies? Yeah, Crumbles. See, I'm still not all here, y'all. So, yeah, Crumble cookies, and it was really good, too.
Yeah.
I really loved those cookies.
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
Yeah. Yes, all of them was Texas sheet cookie, crumble cookie, and, yeah.
Well, anyway, so that was our videos from last week, and I could have put a throwback video every day of the week, but I didn't want to overload you with the throwback videos because I've had a couple of people that said they don't like seeing the throwbacks, and I understand that. If you've already watched it one time, you don't want to watch it again, so I totally understand that. And but we're trying to do the best we can, and this coming week, we're hoping and praying that we'll both feel like making some videos.
Yeah.
One video, my sister was telling me this last night. She said that she really loves watching us do the videos when we go to Dollar Tree. And she said that she watched 2 or 3 different channels that do Dollar Tree videos. And she said that she liked the way that me and Marie do them better than what the other channels do. And so I didn't get any details on exactly what she likes best, but I told Marie if we possibly can, we'll go Dollar Tree and do another video the way we'd like to do them.
Yeah, I love to go to the Dollar Tree, so if I can walk, I'll go.
And something else we could do too. Now, we normally always go to the same Dollar Tree, and we tried going to the one in Cedartown, but their music was so loud we couldn't record anything. But what we may do is try, there's about 5 or 6 different Dollar Trees in the town that we live in. And maybe we'll just stop in at one of the other Dollar Trees, and if they're not playing real loud music, we'll go in there and shop. But if we go in there and the music's loud, we'll just leave and go to another one.
Yeah.
That'd be the way to do it. In fact, I thought about if I went into one that had real loud music, just approaching the manager and say, can you turn the music down a little bit? But they may not like that, so I won't do that. But anyway.
They may say, yeah, we can turn it down, but don't
Record. Well, most of the Dollar Tree stores like us recording because people watch it and then they go shopping there. So it really helps the Dollar Trees out. Okay, Marie, that was pretty much everything we did this last week. Because of us both being tired and exhausted, we have really got our money's worth out of those recliners back there in our den, and we have really enjoyed them.
But I'd rather be up doing stuff.
Me too. Me
The
too.
recliners are nice, but I like to be up.
Yeah. The air conditioner that we bought 2 or 3 weeks ago at Sam's is still sitting in the carport. We hadn't put it in the room yet, but it hadn't got hot enough to need it yet, so we're okay on that. And then another item that we did that is sort of like a prepping type of item. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Try not to talk about anything that's political, so y'all please, let's don't get into any political stuff. But I had heard that there's a possibility that things like tennis shoes and clothing is going to be in short supply here soon. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we went ahead and ordered Marie a new pair of her favorite tennis shoes, and we got me a brand new pair of my favorite tennis shoes. We wore them one time just to make sure that they fit good and everything was fine. We put them back in the box and we'll save them. So when we do need a pair of tennis shoes, we won't have to worry about if they're on the shelf or not because we've already got them bought. But as far as prepping goes, we've done a lot of prepping. If you've been watching our channel very long, you know that we prep a lot. And so on the food side, we got plenty of food prepped up, but there is certain items that we eat a lot, and one of them is lemon juice. and Maria's drinking water with lemon juice right now. And so if I can make it to Sam's on Monday, I've got to get you 2 more of those big bottles of lemon juice.
Yeah, I know. I noticed when we were at Sam's and I got them. I said, I wonder if I'll ever use these up.
And it turned out you've used a lot of them because she really likes the way we mix it up with the water and lemon juice and just a little bit of salt.
Yeah, that helps my blood pressure come up a little bit when I drink it.
And so I'm going to throw one more question out there to you. If you go to Sam's and shop, they've got bacon that's the members, is it called Members Mark of bacon? And it comes in a 3-pound pack. Have any of you tried that bacon, and do you like it? Because we've always bought the same kind of bacon from Walmart, and we love it. But I was thinking about trying that from Sam's Club and give it a try.
Yeah.
And so if you've tried that bacon from Sam's Club, let us know in the comments, and we'll appreciate it.
I love to make bacon and tomato sandwiches with lettuce on it and tomato and mayonnaise and
You
bacon.
had one last night, didn't you?
I did.
And it was good. Okay.
And I like my bread lightly toasted. And the sandwich even looked good. We could have done a video
We could have
on
done a
it.
video on it if we felt like it, couldn't we?
We could.
Okay, y'all. We appreciate you watching. For us, it seemed like it's been forever since last time we got in front of the camera and talked.
Right.
And so it's actually good to be back in front of the camera. And hopefully this coming week we can get some videos made. We may not do one every single day, but we'll do what we can. So y'all just have a great week. We love each and every one of you, and we appreciate you so much watching our channel.
Yeah, and so y'all do what you love and love what you do, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I stand by you when you're falling, when the river is calling. I said I love you forever. We can make it together. What goes up must come down. There's lots of friendly faces all around, and nothing's ever lifting me higher than a touch of your sweet desire. Well, we're all built and right. We just have to hold on through the night. As